Greetings, beautiful people. Welcome back to another beautiful episode of the True Health Forever podcast, where we try to live our best life through the lens of holistic health. I'm your host, Truvel, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game. Usually, y'all know we do have the health nerd on the show with us, but the health nerd has a lot of homework. And she got to get this MBA, it's going to take this whole team to the next level. So right now, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, y'all got me. And I'm going to try my best not to rant when she's not here. All right. Now, today, obviously, the sponsor of today's podcast is fathers everywhere. All right. Today's Father's Day. So much love and, many blessings to the fathers out there in the world who are pouring into the cups of their children, to the community, to make sure that they grow up to be amazing young folks. Shout out to fathers worldwide. Shout out to my father, Delton Walker. Much love. Happy Father's Day to you, sir. We played basketball this morning, and my body is still hurting from those games. But it was all in the name of love. All right, so let's get into today's episode. Today we are going to talk about the 9 disciplines of millionaires. And specifically, this is the 9 disciplines of Black millionaires. It's from Dennis Kimbro's book, The Wealth Choice. Definitely check it out. But since I don't have my co-host, in order to make sure that I don't go on an amazing rant for this entire episode, we decided I should talk about a book and talk about a key element from a book. That way, again, my thoughts and consciousness and things that I talk about within this podcast can be direct and I don't go on a rant, all right? I'm gonna try my best, y'all. But the reason why we wanted to go over today the 9 disciplines of Black millionaires is to set you all up for success. Some of these disciplines you may already be doing, and that's beautiful. You actually don't need all 9 to become a Black millionaire. You really need to be amazing in 1, 2, I say 3. But if you have all 9, diversify. It can look good for you, all right? So we're going to go over all 9. We're going to give some examples of each one, and then really hoping for you all to give us some feedback. Whether you're watching this on YouTube, our YouTube channel, True Health Forever TV, leave a comment and let us know which discipline you feel like you embody naturally, and then which discipline you feel like you can work on the most. If you're listening on our podcast, whether it's on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Music, obviously first, give us a like, follow the podcast. We appreciate it. But then also send us an email, send us a DM on social media, something that lets us know which of these disciplines is best for you or is naturally fitting for you, and then which one you feel like you need the most help in. All right. Without further ado, let's get into these 9 disciplines. So the first one, and this is in no order of importance or how I rank them or how Dennis Kimbro, the author of The Wealth Choice, ranks them. These are just 9 total, all right? So the first one is you're passionate and you have clear goals, okay? So passion, you are driven by something that's bigger than yourself, right? So when we think of True Health Forever, we are driven. We started with our own personal health. We started, I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. We started with our own personal health. Me and the Queen were like, dang, how can we live a healthier lifestyle? It then started to trickle into our nuclear family, our parents, our grandparents, our siblings. It then trickled down to our friends. And then now the business model and the vision of it is based on passion for holistic health for the Black community, right? Clear goals. What is it that you want to accomplish? Set those goals. And I know the Queen gave y'all an amazing to-do list after last podcast episode. And she said to, on a note card, write down 5 goals that you have. Write them down. Make them clear. I want to launch a podcast. I want to make $1 million. I want to donate $1 million. I want to teach kids financial literacy. Whatever it is for you, write down your goals and be clear about them, because it is a part of the 9 disciplines of Black millionaires. All right. So number 1 is have a passion or be passionate about something. And then number 2, have clear goals on where you want that passion or where you want your life to end up. Number 2, all right, number 2 is you are a highly motivated individual or you are a self-starter. People don't need to tell you to do anything. You are already doing it, especially if it's something that's going to create wealth for yourself or create wealth for your family. This is a huge discipline, a huge superpower to have, because sometimes, y'all know, it can be hard to be motivated to do something. Right now we're in COVID. You may be working from home, or maybe you're not able to work from home, but you're still getting those unemployment checks. So you're like, you know what? I'm good right now. I'm chilling. Maybe it's raining outside, or you live in a neighborhood like me where there's fireworks popping off every 3 seconds. You're like, I'm good. I'm just gonna chill inside. I'm gonna watch these fireworks. I'm gonna watch a Netflix movie and be good with it. It's an amazing superpower and discipline to have, to be motivated to act without anyone having to tell you. Okay, very difficult, but if you can be your own internal flame, your own internal catalyst, there's no stopping you. Okay, so boom. Number 2, again, no particular order, but as you can tell, I kind of like that one. For me personally, I feel like I'm number 2. Naturally, I'm a self-starter. Naturally, I feel, highly motivated inside of me. I'm also kind of the number 3 naturally as well. And if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna give my own little tidbits, or at least where I think I am in these 9. And based on maybe if y'all know me personally, or if you know me through this podcast, you can let me know if I'm being accurate in my portrayals of myself discipline-wise. All right, so number 2 is highly motivated, or you are a self-starter. Number 3 of the 9 disciplines is you have a strong work ethic, or you are action focused. Okay, so I feel like number 2 and number 3 are kind of similar. The only difference is you can have a very strong work ethic, but you're not internally motivated. And these are the folks that, work their 9 to 5, and they're the person that's there early. They're always getting their work done on time. They're always, going the extra mile. But that's because they have a supervisor that they report to, right? And they don't, for some reason, and this, I don't want to, nag on nobody, and I'm not putting anybody down. But again, the key difference between a highly motivated person, a self-starter, and a person with a strong work ethic, but they're not highly motivated, is if the number 3 person, the strong work ethic person, doesn't have a job. If they don't have a job and no one's telling them what to do, then they're not motivated, because their motivation comes from a supervisor, comes from a boss, comes from something else. Whereas the highly motivated individual, they can go no matter what, right? They're a self-starter. So that's a slight difference. They're both solid disciplines to have. Slight difference. Now, number 4. All right, we're almost done. Halfway through. 1, 2, 3, 4. Creative or innovative mindset. This is number 4 out of the 9 disciplines of Black millionaires. You are a creative individual. And I feel like this is probably a lot of folks out there. These are the folks that you can come up with ideas easily. Like, you just have hundreds, thousands of business ideas in your head all the time. You see infomercials of business ideas that you've had for the past 4 years, okay? So these are our creative folks. Now, this is also kind of a box that I'm in naturally. I feel like, and again, if you're one of these people, please let us know in the comments. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're listening to this on a podcast, please, send us a DM, or you can head to our Anchor FM website, and you can also send us a message on there as well. But let us know which of these categories you feel like you fall into yourself. Now, the slight problem, all right, and no shade, because I feel like I'm in this box myself. The slight problem for the creative folks and the innovative folks is sometimes we don't act on that idea. You know, like you have an amazing idea. It's dope. You thought of the name. You thought of the branding. You thought of what you would sell. You thought of the whole thing. You even drew up a logo because you're a creative person. But you never launched the business. So the creative folks, I feel like I'm definitely a creative folk. We need people that can take action with us. We need people that can sell for us. We need people that can turn our idea into a physical product, right? So if you feel like naturally you're in the creative or innovative box, but maybe you haven't been able to take it to the next level, you should definitely find a partner who's not creative, but maybe they have strong work ethic and they need someone to push them and give them ideas, but they can get stuff done if they have a task, right? So this is where the social health comes into play for a creative person or for someone who's trying to build wealth. Is you need to get out there and meet complementary people who can take you to the next level. And I think that's something that helps myself and the queen and what we do, because I'm a very creative person. She's also very creative, but we're able to take our passions and take our individual superpowers, unify them to now create real action and profitable businesses. So find yourself a partner, whether it's a loving relationship or a platonic relationship or a friend. Find someone who can complement your superpowers or complement your disciplines, okay? Let me take a quick sip of water so I can keep it running for y'all. Okay. If you're watching this on YouTube, I know you're thinking, this man got so much blue on. First of all, I'm a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, so blue is my favorite color, and it was my favorite color before. But secondly, it's blue. There's nothing I can say. But if you're just listening, I got on blue sweatpants, a blue sweatshirt, and I'm drinking water out of a blue cup. So I'm sure the visuals look extra blue, but I'm not sorry for it. You know, don't apologize for being who you are. Dive into it. And just like you should dive into these 9 disciplines, okay? There we go. I came back. The queen, I had her face in my mind. I had her voice in my mind. She was saying, Devon, stop ranting. So, number 5 in the 9 disciplines is you are a person that never considers the possibility of failure, right? Which is an amazing superpower and a discipline to have. You are the type of person who never considers the possibility of failure. No matter what is happening, you always think there's hope. You always think you can come out of this a winner. Okay? That's a very important person to have on your team, because as y'all see, 2020 has not been a whole bunch of sunshine and rainbows. Right? Like, a whole bunch of bad stuff has been happening in 2020. So if you're able to have someone on your team, or if you're this person who, no matter what's happening around them, you're always like, all right, team, let's do it. What can we do to get the best out of the situation? All right, team, COVID hit, pandemic. All right, what can we do to make sure that we're still winning? Like, you really need a person who can be that for you, because it's very easy to lose motivation. It's very easy to be like, this idea is not going to work. Let's keep it pushing. For example, y'all, I'm sure everybody knows this story. I know everybody knows the story of Colonel Sanders, right? The founder of KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, how it took him years to sell his recipe. And I don't know, I forgot how old he actually was when he finally hit it and he finally made it to be a millionaire. But I want to say he was like in his late 60s or early 70s before his chicken recipe finally took off and became what it is today. He himself, or maybe someone in his team, never considered the possibility of failure. They always kept going, and look at now, KFC is international. We've been to Jamaica and there was a KFC popping. We've been to Thailand, there's a KFC. Paris, there's a KFC. Everywhere in the world now, give or take, there's a KFC, because this person did not stop. Another real quick example, and then we'll move on to number 6. J.K. Rowling, right? The author of the Harry Potter series. They got like 14 books, movies, multi-million-dollar, if not billion-dollar brand, Harry Potter. When she went into the first few publishers, they were like, no, we're good. No, we're good. And she went to, again, I don't even know the exact number. Y'all know that's not my superpower. I'm not into the details. All right, my bad. But she went to over 10, 20, 30, 40 different publishers trying to get her book out there. And finally someone said yes, and look at her now. All right, so never consider the possibility of failure. It's an amazing discipline or superpower to have. Next, number 6, you are the type of person who can quickly absorb and apply information. Say that one more time. Number 6 out of the 9 disciplines for Black millionaires or millionaires, period. You can quickly absorb and apply information. That is crucial, especially in today, 2020, when information is just so readily available, whether you're listening to it from a podcast, whether you're watching it on YouTube, whether you're reading it in an actual book, information is everywhere. But that second part is what's crucially important. Absorb and apply the information. So, tons of people watch YouTube videos, they read books, and then they never actually do what the books or what the content is telling them to do. So if you're watching this podcast, or listening to this podcast, we're going over the 9 disciplines. How can you now take these 9 disciplines and apply that information to you? Secondly, business and the economy is constantly evolving, right? It's constantly changing, whether it's a pandemic, whether it's now you can't sell things directly to your customers because they're not going to come to your brick and mortar. Now you need an e-commerce business, or advertising shifted from TikTok to Instagram, or now you want to see how artificial intelligence can take your business to the next level. There's always something new coming up in the economy, in the world, period. So if you're a person who can learn new information, learn artificial intelligence, learn programming, learn chatbots, learn Instagram, learn TikTok, and then apply it to your own life or to your own business, you're always going to be a step ahead of the competition. So y'all need to find, if you're not this person, you need to find someone who can quickly absorb and apply information in real life. All right. Number 7 is probably the one that I need to work on the most. This is sales. All right. Always be selling. That's the number 7 discipline out of the 9 for Black millionaires and millionaires, period. You are a seller. It doesn't matter what people give you. You are the person that can sell a pen to a tree. Did that make sense? That didn't make sense. But that's why you're a good seller, right? A tree don't need to write nothing. A tree don't even like paper. Sorry. Y'all, my bad. But you are a seller. And sales is the name of literally every game. Every business, you need to be selling something. Even if you're a nonprofit organization, you still need to sell your services so that people come to you. Maybe they're not paying you money, but you need to apply for grants. So you need to be able to sell your business, sell your vision to the government or foundations that are giving you grants. You need to be able to sell your business to, if you're a nonprofit or not a nonprofit, to the customer so that they give you money. Sales is the name of the game. Speaking of sales, feel free to go to playblackwallstreet.com. Get yourself a board game today. Black Wall Street, the board game built on the true legacy of Tulsa's Black Wall Street, aka Greenwood. Around the board, there are historically real businesses from that time, like Little Rose Beauty Salon, like Madam C.J. Walker Beauty Salon, like Booker T. Washington High School, Uncle Steve's Barbecue, O.W. Gurley Hotel. So, if you're into Black history, if you're into games, head to playblackwallstreet.com and get your board game today. Y'all see how I did that? Y'all see how I just applied the information? I know I need to work on sales. So, Boom, I just did it. So whatever category you feel like you need to work on, try to work on it. And we still got 2 more, so we haven't gone through all of them. But if you already heard something, we're like, I can be a little bit more creative. Cool. Try randomly coming up with a business idea. Just randomly. Think of a problem or think of a person and be like, what will make their life better? Come up with a business idea. All right. Or you can say, this is like a business roulette. All right. So you think of an audience. So pick your audience. Audience is Black males ages 18 to 36. All right. Think of your market. So do you want to be in the clothing market, the entertainment market, the technology market, the medicine market? So pick a market. So you got your audience, you got your market. Now the creativity part comes in. What's the product that you're giving them? So Black males 18 to 36, we're going to go with the medical industry because I feel like we need, our fathers out there. That's why I chose Black men, Father's Day. We need our fathers to be healthy out there. The product, let's see, something in health. I know Black males are from, let's see, high blood pressure. So maybe we can create cool, fun smoothies. I'm kind of taking this from the Queen, not exactly the original idea, but a little tweak. Cool, fun smoothies that men could drink to help lower their high blood pressure. Boom. All right. So this is a common example. So sales. Now I got off a tangent. Number 7 is sales. Number 8. Bring it on back. All right. Number 8 out of the 9 disciplines is you are frugal by nature, or naturally you are conditioned to save. All right. And that is a huge superpower to have, believe it or not. A lot of people out there, they're spenders. I feel like naturally, especially in America, we are taught to consume, right? So whether it's, let me order food for delivery, let me watch this Netflix, let me buy a new phone, let me buy some jewelry, let me get my hair done, like all these things, typically, unless you know the plug or you are the plug, typically these things cost money, right? So typically we're trained to consume. So if you are frugal by nature, or if you just naturally are able to save your money and not spend, that is definitely a superpower and a discipline that can be used correctly, or that can be used to benefit you. Now, what you don't want to do is be the person that saves, and you're always afraid to use that money. Because y'all know the bank gives you, 0.01% on your money, and I feel like that's even high. I know credit unions may give you like a solid 3% or a solid 2%, but most of these commercial banks, they're only giving you like 0.01% on your money. So if you put $1,000 in there, you're getting $1 maybe. So, not even $1, 10 cents, right? So if you're trying to really create wealth, you want to make sure all these savings that you're doing is stacking up, and then boom, you take this $5,000, $10,000, $40,000, whatever it is that you were able to invest or you were able to save, and you invest that money into yourself, right? So whether it's you getting an MBA like the Queen, whether it's you buying your first real estate property, or buying a multi-family real estate property, buying stocks, starting your own business, right? Launching your own enterprise. You need to be able to not only save, but also take this money and create wealth with it. All right? So that was number 8. Number 9. Can I get a virtual drum roll, please? Pow! Spirituality, or having a strong sense of faith. All right? In the book, they're a little bit more specific to Christianity and how they felt like the 9 disciplines, one of them was a strong spirit in God, or a strong faith in God. But I've translated that in just spirituality, period. Having faith in some type of universal power. No matter what it is, what name you call that universal power, you believe in something bigger than yourself. right? And I think that's important because it just allows you to see the world and the universe from a larger perspective. It allows you to sometimes take yourself out of the equation and think of other people or think of other places other than you. So you have a strong sense of spirituality. It also allows you to have a little bit of faith in what you're doing, right? Because you feel like you yourself, you're part of something bigger. You're part of a bigger plan, right? And it allows you to hopefully manifest whatever you're doing because you feel like you're doing God's work, or you're doing the universe's work, you're doing Yahweh's work, you're doing Allah's work, whoever it is that you pray to and you speak to, okay? So those were the 9 disciplines of specifically Black millionaires, but I feel like these 9 may be common around millionaires around the world, okay? Which 1 or 2 or 3, you know, viewed as a superhero, maybe all 9 come natural to you. But I really want you to think about which one of these disciplines comes just natural to you. Like, are you just creative and you can just create anything in your mind at the drop of a dime? Are you just an amazing seller? You can sell anything, whether it's phones, Gatorades, Pokemon cards, podcasts, you can just sell. Are you really quick to absorb information and apply it? Like, are you always reading the articles? Are you always on Reddit learning new things? Are you able to, you know, watch YouTube videos and learn how to take apart a car really quickly? That was random. But which one of these 9 come naturally to you? And then the flip side, which one do you think you could use a little bit of help on? You know, which one do you feel like, dang, Devon, I'm not good at that one. All right, I want you to work on both. Work on the one that you feel like you're great at naturally and actually consciously lean into that superpower, right? So if you're great at one of these things, consciously, how is it that you're practicing this discipline each day? Be conscious about it. And then number 2, if you're not good at something, work on maybe one time a week where you sharpen that piece of who you are. All right, so for me, I would probably go with sales. I feel like all the other ones I'm decent at. Creativity, natural. Strong work ethic, natural. But sales, I don't like selling. So I'm trying to, you know, once a week, how can I, not overtly, how can I just straight up sell something to somebody just so I can sharpen that piece of it? All right? I hope y'all find that useful. All right? I hope today's podcast without the queen wasn't too bad. I hope I didn't go on too many rants. Y'all know the queen's gonna come back with y'all next week, and maybe she'll do most of the talking, maybe not, but she will be back with y'all next week. Stay tuned. But thank you for tuning in for this week's episode of the Truvel Forever podcast, where we talk about living our best life through the lens of holistic health. Today we reviewed the 9 disciplines of Black millionaires. Figure out which one you are naturally and figure out which one you need to work on. But as always, make sure y'all stay healthy, stay mentally wealthy, and of course, stay true.